The fate of Libya hangs in the balance tonight as Colonel Gaddafi clings to power. Forces loyal to President Gaddafi have staged a bloody fight back in western towns near the capital Tripoli as the eastern half of the nation declared itself free of his iron-fisted rule. At least 100 people have died in and around Tripoli over the past few days. Foreign governments have been scrambling to get their citizens out, while Libya's embattled leader has blamed the uprising on Al-Qaeda and drugs. Middle East correspondent Anne Barker reports.
Every day more pictures emerge of the carnage that's taking place inside Libya. This amateur vision purportedly shows the horrific violence that broke out in the port city of Benghazi in Libya's east a few days ago. But both sides used deadly force. Now, the horror of just a few days ago has given way to extraordinary jubilation as tens of thousands of Libyans in Benghazi celebrate their victory. The ecstatic crowd demonstrates just how desperately many Libyans have craved for an end to Colonel Gaddafi's 42-year dictatorship. In Benghazi and other eastern towns, the protesters are now in control. The army has deserted its posts or joined them. This military barracks was abandoned several nights ago. There's clear evidence of a struggle, but the soldiers eventually sided with the anti-Gaddafi protests.
Tobruk, Derna, Benghazi, Al-Baida, Labrak. In all these, Gaddafi is finished.
Libya is now a nation divided right down the middle. The eastern half has been mostly freed from Gaddafi's rule, but in the west, the fighting goes on. At Zawiya on the northwest coast, there have been heavy clashes between protesters and Colonel Gaddafi's forces and reports of more dead. By most accounts, Moamar Gaddafi appears to control a shrinking share of the country, although in the capital Tripoli his troops are still on the streets and there are reports of mercenaries making house-to-house searches. The Libyan leader is determined to cling to power, blaming the violence on Al-Qaeda.
It had become clear that who recruited our sons was Al-Qaeda, bin Laden, who is called an international terrorist. America, Europe and the whole world is with us in fighting them.
And he's denied he has any control to stop the violence.
I do not have the authority to sign decrees or laws or decisions or orders or anything. Only a moral authority, a referential authority.
The chaos in Libya is fueling fears of an international humanitarian crisis as tens of thousands of people clamour to flee the violence. More than 30,000 Egyptian and Tunisian migrant workers have fled Libya since Monday. Countries all over the world are sending planes and warships in a desperate bid to evacuate their nationals. Anne Barker, Lateline.